Hello everyone, welcome back to one of the fresh and engaging episode of Grow with Anshuman. And today we have Sakshi with us. Hi Sakshi, how are you doing today?
Hello, Anshuman. Good evening. Oh, sorry, good morning. And I'm absolutely fine. What about you? And thank you so much for inviting me, first of all.
Okay. Yeah, nice to hear that. And I'm really glad to host you today and, looking forward for a wonderful conversation. I'm doing pretty insane this year, to be honest. Have like achieved more than what I have expected and looking forward to just put in more energy to it and see that what comes out to be next. Anyways, before even we begin, I would like to just have a brief introduction about you or a little bit of your understanding that how you started your English journey and what exactly your goal is would be good to go with.
Okay, so definitely I love to share about me. So yeah, my name is Sakshi Chauhan. As you know that I am from Gwalior, MP. I born and brought up here. So I live in my family with my family. And in academics, yes, right now I am a PhD scholar. So I am just about to finish it. I am working on my thesis. So it is probably will finish within this month or next month. And yeah, when it comes to YouTube, yes, I have started it, I think 2 3 years back. That time I started my English journey. So I started learning, and then simultaneously I was just uploading videos and all. But yeah, over the time I'm not quite consistent due to health, due to my PhD work and all. But still, I'm just trying to get back to work, and sometime it get happen, right? We get derailed.
Right.
But apart from that, yeah, so right
Lovely.
now, I'm just working on my thesis and and some classes also I'm taking
Oh,
online.
multiple things I can see, like pretty much things you're juggling between, and you are just quite good at balancing those things. Though I understand this thing that we sometimes get derailed or sometimes we lose track too. That's obviously pretty fine. Would like to just know if you're comfortable sharing about your thesis topic because PhD is something what do I understand about that. Here you only not gonna specifically read about a subject. There would be an specific topic you're gonna deep dive and learn more about that. Maybe you could do research. So if you are okay to share your topic, probably we can discuss and see that if it is useful for learners too. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. So yes, I am basically from science background. In 12th
Mm-hmm.
also I have science, and then I have CBZ, that is chemistry, botany, zoology, and in MSc I had only botany. And right now also, because as my master's has done in this plant things, so that botany. So in my PhD also I have the same topic, that I have chosen medicinal plant. So I'm working on these thing, medicinal plant. And yeah, this is my topic.
Okay.
The whole topic is that ethnobotanical study of medicinal plant. So ethnobotanical terms is completely related to the relation of human and plant. How
Okay.
we human are using plant, and how can we use in a multiple ways. So this is all about my topic.
Interesting. It seems pretty interesting in terms of, I believe it is something just to connect human with nature, or maybe somehow just understand the relationship and how we can make it more better. Because I have heard this thing very often this time that humans are now kind of destroying the nature, and somehow we'll have to just see the consequences of that. We are just cutting the forest as we are just killing the animals. So probably we have seen some of the consequences coming in, that the wild animals, because there is no jungles, there is no shelter for them, they're coming into cities, they're attacking to the people. So is it something like that? If you'll have to be a little more elaborative in that way, would you just give a little bit explanation about your topic too, to so that normal people can understand? Because being a PhD student, I believe you do have very specific knowledge, very deep knowledge. If we'll have to explain it a general people like me, or maybe some other people who don't have any background of geography, or I mean botany or other subjects, how would you do that?
Mm, okay, exactly. So as I told you, there are two terms mainly I'll talk about, that medicinal plant and ethnobotanical. So ethnobotanical meaning is plant and human relation, right? And medicinal, of course, how every time it is not right to get medicines from the medical and all. We have some, grandparents and some herbal doctors also. They suggest, okay, you can get these basil leaves, you can get this aloe vera, you can get this, normal plants, how can we use it. So we have plenty of remedies, I think. But still there are so many people, they are not aware, they are not using it. properly, right?
Correct.
So we can discover the proper use or how can we use it in a multiple ways. So this is about that I'm working. Yeah.
Interesting. Again, I
Hmm.
have heard that we do have a tree called neem. I don't know whether it's Hindi or English. It has few of the very good impacts on our body, or it would also have the power or capability to just, fill out our wounds. Is it true? Maybe you'd be
Exactly.
this right person to ask this question because he's doing
Exactly.
this is that way. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but there are some plant that name people, tulsi, aloe vera, everyone is aware. But still, there are so many plant that we people are not aware of it,
and is it
right? But
publicly,
still,
or I
they are
mean,
very useful.
easily available, or those are very rare
Exactly.
species?
Exactly. And some
Oh,
weeds are also very useful for us, but we don't know about that.
okay. Would you just
Yeah.
share two or three very common maybe weeds or maybe the plants what people are not aware, as you already have given a certain context that there is something what we are not aware being in normal individuals. Probably you might have discovered or might have been researched around.
Okay, so there are, I think, many plants, many plants. I mean, let me share some of the names. But just getting the information, first we got the information and then we do some trial also
Okay,
in lab test and all that. Actually, can we use it? I mean, we cannot use it just by assumption, right? Or
correct.
just by reading somewhere,
Hmm.
because earlier also there are so many studies have done, but we want some practical proof about it. Yeah, is it surely going to help, right?
Got
So
it.
we work on that also. Yeah. So this
Amazing.
is
And I
along with it.
believe
Yeah.
the PhD goes for 2 years, or like, is it be extended maybe for 3, 4 years too?
Three, first, it is, I think that takes 3, 4 years, but again, that depends on your work. How much time are you devoting and how much time it takes, because all the subjects are different, all the disciplines are different, your work is different. Like I have a field work, I have a lab work and all. Some people they are from sociology, politics, and some different subjects, so they don't have a lab work and all. They have only field work. Some of the people just need to collect the information also. So this varies person to person, and this varies discipline to discipline, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, but you know that as a science student, yeah, so you need to dive into both the things. You
correct.
need to work laboratory also. You need to collect information also. So this is the amalgamation of both the things. So
Okay.
that's why.
I would like to ask one honest question, Sakshi, because I believe I strongly take any, masters or maybe any of the further education. If I would take, probably that would coming from one of my parental suggestion or maybe some of the external pressure. But is it true for you? Or if I'll just simplify the question, are you really enjoying this work? That the kind of research you're doing, just dealing with this thing. Do you see yourself maybe 2 or 3 years or down the line, 5 years, doing some or just getting a bit some of the medication which would be helpful for human being? Are you seeing yourself in that way too?
Exactly, exactly. Mainly, I want to go in teaching field. Actually, I want to work as an professor or as a teacher. But still, that's my work, so I need to get information. As a scientist, yeah, some people. I mean, my guide also suggested me that you can do, and we can, make some. My guide also does this thing, invent some medicines or these kind of things. He does it a lot, and he
Correct.
wants me to do also. But yeah, I'll see. I'm not sure about it, but mainly I'm focused in my teaching field. So I'll go
Interesting.
in this teaching
And
field.
how did
Yeah.
you, figure this out that you just wanted to get into teaching? Because teaching is something wherein it's not only about our life, our goals, it's majority, just concerned with others' life. Because if you're gonna teach someone, you are probably just making impact directly or indirectly to many of the individuals. So is it something coming from your childhood? Maybe you have started YouTube from there itself, or how does this teaching comes to you?
Teaching is something after passing my 12th standard, I
Mm-hmm.
started teaching. First, I started in school. I was
Mm-hmm.
just teaching small kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started my own coaching center where I used to deal with 10th or 12th standard. And then later on, I just started my English journey. So then I started my English classes, and that is completely online. So now, and of course, I'm working with one platform also, that is Fluency Hub. So where also we have student, but not actually student. They are working professionals. They are housewives and all. So this teaching is continuously was there, right?
Okay.
It changes sometime. I mean, first there was school student, and then there was, uh, I think, 10th standard or 12th standard, and then some youngsters. So, but teaching was always there. This time also, some when somebody asked me to do something else, so I said no. Teaching is something that I enjoy, and I want to continue with this rest of my life, whether it is English or it is science or botany or biology, but teaching should be there.
So if I'll have to ask one question to you regards this interest, I believe you would just answer it in very better manner because since it is coming from childhood too, let me know your learning from teaching, maybe two or three learnings. What did you feel after teaching to people? One, I ask this question because I very often hear this thing that if you really wanted to learn something faster, go and teach people. That is one only just I can just, tell at
Yeah.
superficial level. But let me know if there is any other alternative or any other learnings you do have from this long teaching experience.
There are a lot actually. First thing is, yes, if you want to understand something so deeply, yeah, teaching is the best. And in my teaching journey, I have learned a lot from my student as well,
Okay.
not in terms of academic, but in terms of socially also, in terms of behavior also. I have learned a lot from my student. And there are so many students, they are still, I mean, those I think I have taught them in 10, 12 years back, and still I am just connected with them, and now they are in, I think, colleges, or they are just preparing for NEET or some good exams. So yeah, okay, I need to answer your question. Yeah, so this is the one thing that I have learned a lot. I mean, as a teacher also, you can learn from student.
Correct.
It is not right that you're a teacher so you know everything. Most of the time it happens that your student can tell you some things, maybe not academics but in other things also. So I found
Hmm.
it, and this is best learning for me, I think, so far.
Okay. Again, your this thoughtful thing just reminded me one quote. I believe that a teacher is one of the best student ever. You might have seen in a class. So I believe that's where you're also just redirecting to. And let me know a little bit about your communicational journey. Do you feel, Sakshi, that you are a eloquent speaker or you're a very good communicator?
No, I don't think so.
No, you'll have to
I
choose
don't
one,
think so,
either
yeah.
of them. Both are different.
Oh, sorry for that.
No
Oh,
problem.
wait. Oh my God. Wait, wait, wait. Oh, extremely sorry for that.
That's fine. Are you okay? You just got scared. I
Yeah.
mean,
Actually, there was something
okay,
that
okay,
so I
it's
got
fine.
scared.
No problem. Hope you got my question. I was asking if you'll have to give one title to yourself. Would you rather give it as an eloquent speaker or a very good communicator? You'll have to choose either of them. There is no option to none of above, as you did already.
Then I think I'm a good communicator.
Why do you think so?
Because you have given me, otherwise I was just supposed to say no.
No,
I,
don't just select for the sake of doing. I just wanted to genuinely understand from the perspective of a teacher because I believe a teacher is someone who should connect with the student, who cannot just
hmm,
being very specific to this academic learning. A teacher can actually, if he or she can connect better, probably he or she can guide a student in multiple direction.
hmm,
The other student can share their feelings, and that's where the real learning starts. And you mentioned something which really touched my heart, is that you also try to learn something from the student. It means somewhere I'm just getting that vibe. Probably I have just been listening to you from last 15 minutes. I can definitely say that you are a very good speaker, eloquent speaker, right? Your speaking skill is amazing. However, I just wanted to understand from your own perspective, from your experience, how good you were able to connect with the students. As you mentioned, I got one example that some of the students you have been connected from last 9 years, 10 years. So that is also one of the examples, right? In any of the personal circumstances or any of the, examples, do you remember that wherein you have approached someone for any of the conversation or, they have changed the way of looking the things or they have changed in something in them because you might have guided them in such a way just by understanding their feeling? Any of the students thing?
okay. Yeah, definitely. So I can give you examples when, as I told you, I'm taking classes, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm dealing with the people. They
Mm-hmm.
just want enhance their spoken English, and they are, of course, working professional. They don't have much knowledge about it. Some of them are not much educated as well.
Okay.
So first thing I think I try to convince them, I think, and I'm successful also in these things.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally convince them first of all that they can definitely learn things. And whenever I told them, okay, do you know about this, so sometimes they share, yeah, some of the teachers or somebody else I think told me about it, but I didn't get. But that moment I shared them, and eventually they said, yeah, when you shared it, now it is absolutely fine, now I will not forget. So I think this is proud moment for me, and it happened multiple times, I think. So I don't know, I mean, I'm not saying that okay, even in front of them also, as we are working with
Correct.
any organization, so we can't say. So student tried to say, ma'am, I don't know what they shared everything, but I didn't get anything, but you shared, now it is perfectly fine. So I said, it is fine. You know, everybody has a different way of conveying their message. Maybe they are not able, or maybe you are not getting the words right,
Correct.
or sometimes it happen they are not figuring out that at what level you are.
True.
So this can be, you know, misconception, or I think miscommunication can be there. So but still it is a proud moment when you can explain even difficult things to the people, or they can understand it, they cannot forget rest of their life.
I get
So
it.
I think this
And I
quality that
believe
I found.
the
Yeah.
thing you are sharing, you had already proved it a little earlier, as I already asked to explain your PhD topic in simpler manner, and you explained it so well that I could now tell other people that you what you are doing. So probably it was the means of communication. So tell me, what did you do different from other teachers or maybe communicator that actually made them understand? What is the framework you are following while answering any questions?
Okay. So even I am not aware of this. I haven't focused on this, then that completely no, I need to do. First, I do just one thing, what this person trying to understand, or what this person wants to know. I just try to understand the need of the person. I mean, when it comes to student also.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, first their need, or at what language this person is comfortable, right? If I'm just using, there's a one person, for example, who doesn't have a big knowledge about grammar and all. I am just explaining with the each with the, you know, very deep concept in front of them, so they will not get, even they don't know tenses, for example. And
Right.
I am just explaining, okay, these are the phrasal verb, these are the idioms that you have to use every time and all. So they will not understand, even if they are not making simple sentences, so how they can use these critical idioms and phrases. So I think one thing that I do, I just try to understand the level of the person, or what this person is trying to know. That is the only thing I think I do that.
Got it. And I believe this is what you said, that it is coming naturally to you. I have read few of the
Yeah.
books in communicational thing which talks literally same about this, that communication is not just about speaking more, or
Hmm.
communication, or something. It's not what you say, it's what people remember. There is a very good quote about that. As in, I believe that firstly you try to understand, listen them properly, not to say something, to actually understand that what they actually want, so that you can just give the thought and ideology right. And believe, if learner are watching this video and they are not going very language specific, they actually looking forward to be a great communicator, as you mentioned, so that if they are talking to someone, they should be getting all of that. So probably this is what they should adopt, isn't it? Listen first, understand their need, and then talk, be very specific. And I realize one thing, I should compliment you that way. I have talked more than thousands of individuals. I have asked very simple question. They blabber for half an hour, and literally I just didn't get the answer. But in your case, I just find it pretty relevant. You're giving very short, crisp answer to the point. That is also very commendable. So tell me that how you were evolved with the time. I mean, a little bit of your journey from learning this language to actually knowing or making other people understand about your own ideas.
Hmm. Actually, always I just try to work upon myself. I mean, right now I am not into much conversations, of course, but when I started this, every day I used to do at least two or three conversation, and every time I just try to observe myself. where I'm lacking. I mean, when I started, of course, my communication and my skill was not same, so it has changed drastically. It took time, but it has changed, of course. So I used to observe myself where I'm lagging, where I need to work on myself. Am I giving right answer? Am I using correct vocabulary? My tone, everything I used to observe. And I try that, okay, in my next conversation, I'll not repeat the same mistake. So if this time it happened, next time I won't come up with the same mistake. I'll definitely work upon myself, right? So I just starting observing myself. I work upon myself, everything. How am I giving answer? How am I taking questions, or how am I responding? Am I able to communicate or not? So over the time, I just observe all these things, work upon all these things, and still I feel, yeah, I need to work upon more when
Okay.
it comes to communication, when it comes to delivering my answers, understanding the people. So
Got it. Amazing. I mean, the things would come with repetition. That's what you meant, right? If you would being aware, number one,
exactly.
and you can actually being double down on your things with the right observation, because that's where we get the feedback from. And very often I have seen people taking feedback from other individuals, which we should look for, but not always in a case, because not everybody would be knowing the whole circumstances with all those things you're going. So probably you might be end up having the wrong feedback and would be demotivating later. So you mentioned something self-observing and giving the feedback, working on that part, and just getting it done with multiple repetition is what worked in your case, right? Cool, cool.
Exactly.
One additional question for you, Sakshi, since we have been talked so long, there's no questions the way you're speaking. Your communication is pretty well. I totally get it. The learners watching, they would definitely get what you're talking about and they would understand it very clearly. However, in terms of the next thing, as you are a teacher, you are a very curious student too, as you mentioned too. What is the next thing you are looking forward in terms of your communication or maybe spoken English? Is it storytelling? Is it you wanted to more focused on maybe your tonality, maybe your body language? What is that thing what you just wanted to work more upon, as you mentioned?
Okay. So still, I feel that I sometimes I feel that, okay, you are asking me question. I'm trying to give you the correct or appropriate answer what exactly your question needs, right?
Hmm.
But still, I don't know. But sometimes I think I get derailed. I speak more about it. I think I need to speak less, and I think I need to give a more appropriate answer. So this thing still I feel, and I need to work upon it.
Oh my God. You wanted to be like laser focused and be very accurate about that. That's very well.
Exactly.
Nice to know that. However, if you have any questions for me, please do feel to ask, because you shouldn't feel like it's just an one-way interview. I'm just taking your interview for getting in a job. Please feel free to ask any questions. Yeah.
Yeah, would you mind to talk about more? I mean, to introduce yourself. I didn't even get a chance to ask.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So I'm Anshuman. I basically work with the people who know what to speak, but really struggles to speak something clearly and confident in public. So over last 2.5 years, I'm just giving this confidence to the individuals by my conversational videos, by my podcast, by my self diagnostic sessions to understand their main flaws so that they can actually work upon and they can improve their better. Not just for sake of English, to be honest, Sakshi, because my core belief is pretty simple. If someone can communicate better, now you might have a good understanding why did I ask those questions related to communication. Because if someone is better at their communication, they go personally. They do have very good friends around them. They do have very good relationship with their friends, family members. They grow professionally and they grow socially and emotionally, and that's what I'm doing from last 2.5 years. That's pretty much about me. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful, wonderful. So what about English? I mean, did you just learn it or you were already good at this?
Never. I mean, there is a very interesting story. I'll just try to quote it within less time. So what happened, since I have completed all my schooling till my 12th from UP board, I'm just proud of saying that a lot because that's where I got a lot of knowledge from grammar, and which essentially helped me to just frame the sentences. Though I'm not perfect at that, I'm just very okay with my grammar. I'm just improvising with the time as far it goes. However, once I landed for my first year of computer science engineering, fortunately and unfortunately, I'm a computer science engineer in the race of, so as the very first day of college, as we already know, that we'll have to have a very good, you know, introduction with every other individual just for having a good friend. And I was like, okay, I just observed everyone just around me were giving their introduction in English. I thought, Anshuman, you do have a good courage since I was being above average scholar. I was having enough confidence. Though I was not good at speaking English, I was good at grammatical pose and thought, let's take a chance. And you won't believe I take a chance. I took a chance. I stood up. My heart were pounding. I was even sweating. And I do remember that day still that even I was not able to introduce myself. And that was the point, turning point that I thought, Anshuman, leave the engineering for now. Focus on to spoken English. So from day one, I was being very clear about my spoken part that that's where I'll have to improve. So coming to your question, it was never ever the same as I'm today. I have just burned the midnight oil. I have just learned this one simple idiom. I thought just to use it. Thank God I just remembered. So it has took me a long way. Like I have put like already 2.5 years because now I have completed my engineering. It's been a year working in corporate, dealing with US people now. So through the step-by-step procedure, randomly doing things and other stuff, I just somehow jotted out this thing. And that's why I'm just trying to now put all my learnings with my experience, trying to come up with those people like you who had already minced that knowledge and jot it down so that learner can do that. Because one belief is very simple. If I can do that, why cannot others?
Definitely. I do agree with this. Completely agree with this.
Amazing.
Hmm. Okay.
All right, Sakshi. I mean, before even jotting, I mean, just summing up this, I know that we are just running out of the time. It has already been 20 minutes. And since I believe in practical learning, I would like to just give you one chance to just give one practical advice to learner, all those watching this video till here, that what is one simple thing they do need to change from here itself, because you already knowing that we have just got this thing by practice, practice and practice. None of those just by watching videos, none of those by reading books, those would never help you directly. Obviously they would just give you a little edge to just better at your vocabulary, probably you'll get the thought of a structure, but you'll have to take the action. So if you'll have to just guide the learners watching this video, what would be one practical advice they should take from today, maybe after watching this video right away?
Okay. I think, of course, consistency and not giving up. Whatever they are doing, make sure to they need to be consistent. I mean, it is not compulsory that give your whole time just do reading, reading, listening, writing, speaking every day. I know this is not possible for everyone, but still, whatever you are doing, if you are doing that speaking practice, do it for every day, at least for 10 minutes. I think that is the, we say that consistency is the key of success. So I think consistency is the most important thing, and not giving up, of course, and not comparison. Okay, this person is doing better, this person is, of course, that person has put a lot of effort in order to reach from starting from there. So of course we also need to do it. So yes, consistency, and I think comparison, not giving up, these are the certain things that I think everyone should keep in mind, whatever they are doing, not only English but whatever they are doing.
Lovely. I like that thought because that's where I can pretty resonate with last 4 years is putting the consistent effort, not comparing others. Otherwise, we would had been just left this thing so earlier because we were just lost that this guy is just improving so fast. Why cannot I? Anyways, I love talking and just being indulged into this conversation, Sakshi, and would like to just again probably if learners would want us to sit, I would just love to invite you again for a podcast specific to communicational thing, that how someone can be better at that. I believe since that is your expertise, you're just better at connecting to the people, maybe your learners, maybe your educator. And all the best for your future regards. I would definitely say that you're gonna be a very successful professor or maybe teacher you wanna go. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Anshuman. And after I think 4 to 5 days, I'm connecting with you. I mean, I my last conversation was 4 or 5 days back. And yeah, but it was lovely conversation, and thank you so much. I got to know a lot of things, and I am, of course, we are happy to share about our things. So yeah,
All
and
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
keep going, continue your work, and just keep uploading videos. And yeah,
Sure. Sure.
all the
All
best for
right.
your future.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a great day ahead.
Yeah, have a good day. Thank you.